I've been practicing just about everything that you say as much as I can, but I realize that I keep finding myself pointed the other way. And what about that?
Okay. And what about, turn that right around right there. I'm going the wrong way. So what? So what if I'm going the wrong way? At least I'm aware I'm going the wrong way. I can feel the negative emotion. My guidance system is letting me know. I'm defending this because I've sort of got this burr under my saddle. I'm going the wrong way and I know it, and I'm going that way on purpose just for a little while, just for the drama and effect of it. I know what I'm doing, and because I know what I'm doing, I can stop it any time I want. I'm sort of slowing it down now. It's not as much fun as it was at first when people were amazed at my diligence. And I am where I am, and now I think I can just be all right with that. And in the moment that you relax and release, you just turn and go with the flow. Well, better.
I've had some physical sensations in my body which indicated not well-being. At first, it really scared me, and I resisted going to a doctor because I just had this feeling he was going to make tests or whatever, and I didn't want that. So, and I've got myself to a place where I'm feeling much more ease, and it just hasn't quite gone yet. Like, just doing the same is...
Well, it's interesting. Have you ever had an experience where something came upon you quickly, startled you, maybe even in a movie, where you got drawn in and you got drawn in and you got drawn in, and the impact of your emotions was just so powerful that you actually felt physically ill? Mm-hmm. So we're wanting to say to you that there are many, in fact, all physical sensations that you would call negative in nature are all about the way energy is flowing within your experience. And so in the beginning stages of that contradictory, in fact, all illnesses start with a sensation of negative emotion. First, it's the sensation of contradictory energy. Then it's the manifestation of contradicted energy. But at any point along the way, whether it's just a sensation or whether it's showing up on a test or whether it's the early showing of something on a test or whether it's a full-blown illness, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because at any point, if you can stop and relax in it instead of pushing against it, your body will right itself. It really, really will. So it's interesting, as we watch humanity and we see all of it, we see that the illness really begins to gather momentum right at time of diagnosis. Because you get an expert shining a spotlight and then confirming, and the doctors would say, "Oh, Abraham, you misguide them, because if we can catch things in the early subtle stages," and we want to finish their sentence, "if you can catch things in the early subtle stages, you can parlay them into full-blown illness."
Right.
In fact, you can take a healthy person who has no sign of illness in their body and you can scare them to death over illnesses in other people's bodies until they, through listening to you, begin to push against their natural well-being, contradicting their energy. Illnesses are becoming more on your planet, not fewer. There are more illnesses today, not fewer than before, more every single day, as science and medicine is shining a spotlight on what you don't want and then embarrassing you into going in for the tests, you see. And so what you want to say is, I live in a healthy body, and sometimes it's healthier than others, but in all conditions, my body has the resources to right itself. And it's not about some illness jumping into me, it's about me holding wellness out. And I hold wellness out by pushing against all kinds of things. And I don't get ill because I focus on cancer every day, or diabetes every day, or heart disease every day. I get those things because I find things to worry about, because I find things to push against, because I feel guilty and blameful and angry. In other words, I hold myself in vibrational discord because long ago I've disregarded the guidance that is within me that says this is the way to clarity, and this is the way to health, and this is the way to abundance. Instead, I listen to that one and that one and that one who says, no, hard work and struggle. You're wrong. You need to be embarrassed. You need to feel guilty. You need to redeem yourself. You need to accept the inappropriateness of you. And we say, say, in the moment that somebody convinces you to accept a particle of inappropriateness in you, they have pointed you in the direction of illness, potential illness. It is a feeling of loving self and worthiness that is equivalent to health. And it is a feeling of not liking me and blaming me. It is the feeling of worthiness that is health, and it is a feeling of I have done wrong that is illness. And we know that we are exaggerating those in a very powerful way, but it's just the way that it is. If you don't love you in the way that your source energy loves you, you got resistance going on that's going to show up in some kind of way. Some kind of way. And so you say, well, isn't this good? My body feels mostly really, really good. And now I'm having some sensations that are scaring me. And we say, and we're certain that there's been something else that stimulated your thought that's made that the crack of least resistance. Right. In other words, you either know someone or you've been studying something, or we're surprised any of you can be healthy with that television that is in your house. Because it is full of information to try to frighten you into behavior that will give them money.
I got rid of the TV.
And so what you want to say, Esther used to shout at the television, don't you know that you're creating more illness than you're helping? And we said to Esther, you're pushing against them even for altruistic reasons is not good for you. In other words, we want you to think of those commercials and to think of those illnesses in the same way that you think of condiments on your sandwich. In other words, some people like them, some people don't. It's an option, but it's not bigger than that. And so in time, now Esther can watch television and actually see those commercials, and she finds them humorous. She finds them humorous. And what she says to them softly and lovingly each time one of them gets her attention is, you don't really know what you're talking about, because you're talking about something other than energy flow, and everything's about energy flow. So your statistics are all about something other than energy flow. And now I know about energy flow. I am immune to anything that you are talking about, because I know about energy flow. And I can tell in the early subtle stages whether I'm flowing toward wellness or whether I'm flowing against it. I don't need your tests or your cures. And when medicine and science finally discovers that what they're looking for is the cause of the illness, not the cure for it, the cause of it, which is always vibrational. And once you understand the cause is vibrational, you immediately have the cure. It's just a shifting of vibration. But you can't shift it all at once. That's why you've got to make peace with where you are. You've got to make peace with where you are. You can't change the way you've been thinking and feeling all at once. You just can't do it. You just keep pointing it that way and pointing it that way and pointing it that way and pointing it that way until in time you're laughing at the television like Esther is. You see, when she first heard us talking about how when you push against illness it causes more of it, when that was as far as she'd come in her thinking, now those commercials seemed like a threat, not only to her, but to all of the lovely people she cares about. And so, but that's the best she could do right then. They no longer made her afraid, they made her mad. Well, we'd a lot rather that she's mad at them than afraid of them. Mm-hmm. Because her anger is more in the flow than her fear, yes? Mm-hmm. But anger doesn't serve her either. Now she's laughing at them. Not mocking them. She knows they are well-meaning. Not laughing at them, wanting to put them down. Laughing at their misunderstanding of how things work. Jerry found a magazine, a Newsweek magazine, in Business Week magazine in the hotel room. And the cover and the lead article was about how doctors really don't know anything about anything about anything. And it's a former physician who has spent his life's work taking different studies and pointing out that it's really a crapshoot. That what they are doing is they have no real evidence that all of these drugs and processes that they've been touting, when it really gets right down to it, they are having much more failure than they are success, even with the best of them. And Esther said, he must not be listening to their commercials. But what's coming round is that people are reaching the place where more and more they are going to find their individual empowerment in their energy alignment, you see. Because when you are applying medicine or surgery, drugs, to energy that is still in misalignment, you're getting quite a variable of results. And that's what they can't pin down. Until they put the flowing of energy factor into the equation, they're still going to be guessing, and they're going to be wrong more often than they're right. Where once you understand that you have control of the way you feel, and you're working to feel better and better and better and better, not only does passion flow, but all concern about anything else asserting itself into your experience that is unwanted evaporates. Yes, indeed.